The ABC of Ketogenic Diet Part 1. What is a ketogenic diet? Ketogenic diet is known for low intake of carbohydrates and high intake of fats. Its physiological effect is based on the action where the body starts to produce ketone bodies from fatty acids, because the brain can only use glucose and ketone bodies as a form of energy. This is called ketosis, naturally high concentration of ketone bodies in blood, and it should not be mixed with ketoacidosis, which is a life-threatening state. Unfortunately, even many specialist doctors make this mistake. Ketosis is not dangerous in any way and has many benefits for metabolism. Ketone bodies contain 4 to 5 kilocalories per gram of energy, which means that 50% less energy is obtained from 1 gram of fat, and fat is burned more efficiently. Most people feel themselves more energized during ketosis. Without the increase and decrease of blood sugar level, the brain has a sustained source of energy. Insulin concentration and the load for beta cells is reduced significantly, since great amounts of insulin is no more needed to take sugar into cells. Ketone bodies reduce the feeling of hunger. An unnoticed caloric deficit is usually caused by ketosis. Ketosis protects from the loss of muscle mass during weight loss. Most of the weight is lost is body fat. When implemented correctly, a ketogenic diet lowers cholesterol levels, visceral fat, the risk of cardiovascular diseases as well as low-grade inflammations in the body. When followed correctly, the threat of slip-ups is very low, since there isn't a demand for carbohydrates in the body, as in the non-ketogenic diet can be a very efficient tool for normal weight diabetics or in more severe cases of diabetes, when other methods do not help or are unavailable. One misconception about ketogenic diet is that it always increases the level of LDL or bad cholesterol. These findings are mostly based on research made with epileptic children and ketogenic diet where caloric balance is either 0 or positive. In almost every study done on people with diabetes, metabolic disorders or excessive weight, major decrease in body fat, blood sugar and blood pressure has been found. When implemented correctly, a ketogenic diet always has a positive effect. Ketosis is a normal physiological reaction that has been developed in humans through evolution. Only for the last few decades people have lived in an environment where carbohydrates have been constantly available. Before that, our metabolism was more dependent on the food that was available at any given time. There were periods of excess energy and fasting. When carbohydrates were unavailable, our bodies started using ketosis reaction to protect our brains from the lack of energy. Our brains require approximately 500 kilocalories of carbs a day, which is up to 1/4 or even more from the total energy consumption of the body. If it doesn't get it from carbs, it has to get it from ketone bodies. Therefore, ketosis is a natural physiological reaction, not an emergency. The only way to monitor ketosis reliably is to measure ketone bodies from the blood. For this, special strips are needed that cost approximately $3 per percent. Reaching the state of ketosis requires maintaining immaculate control on the amount of nutrients, fats, carbohydrates, protein, for a long period. Even small mistakes in the amounts of nutrients can prevent a stable ketosis. If a ketogenic diet is implemented incorrectly, without ketosis, it can do more harm than good, and excessive fat is gathered in the body. Ketogenic diet is traditionally based mostly on animal sources, so vegans have to restrict their food choices even more. Fatty foods contain very little amounts of fiber, so it is very important to make sure to have enough fiber in the diet for the health of the gut, without exceeding the amount of carbohydrates. Ketogenic diet lacks fruits, berries that contain enough C vitamin, so it's recommended to take it as a supplement.